Hello, and welcome to the ERIC Advanced Searching tutorial. In this video, you will learn how the thesaurus is used to index ERIC records and how the thesaurus can aid in your searching. What is the ERIC thesaurus? Well, to begin with, it is a list of carefully researched and selected words and phrases that are used to describe and access ERIC documents by subject. Basically, the thesaurus represents the subjects covered by ERIC. ERIC's thesaurus was actually begun in 1965, making it one of the earliest controlled vocabularies to be developed for an information retrieval system. Its most recent full update was in 2015, ensuring up-to-date terminology and a high level of relevancy of retrieved documents for searchers' needs. So how does ERIC's thesaurus work? Well, first we have descriptors. You can see I have them circled here in the item information. A descriptor is a word or phrase that represents a subject in the field of education. A list of descriptors is assigned to every document that ERIC has indexed. Every document will have at least 3 descriptors, but most, like you can see here, have many more. Most of ERIC's indexing is done manually by professional indexers who know the thesaurus well. Descriptors are assigned using the title, abstract, and full text when available, and they reflect the content of the document, regardless of the language that is used by the author. For example, an article may refer to primary schools in its title, but this document would be assigned the term elementary school because that is known to refer to the same subject. Since a subject will only have 1 or at 2 most descriptors, it is important to have additional terms that can guide users to those descriptors. Those are called synonyms. They can be very useful in pointing you towards the correct ERIC descriptor. So let's look at a couple of scenarios using ERIC. Here I'm on the home screen and I'm interested in finding out more about recent applications of project-based learning, a buzzword in education these days. When I search PBL as a term, you're going to see that I will return quite a few results, over 1,000. ERIC Smart Search is retrieving results with project-based learning in the title, like you can see here, but also fragments of my phrase as well. Here there's learning, here there's projects. When I click through to this first record, I can see it is the term that the author has used in both the title and in the abstract. But when I looked in this list of descriptors here, I don't see the term project-based learning. So I could look through this list and make an educated guess as to what term is being used for project-based learning, or I can take a quicker approach by consulting the thesaurus. So you'll find the thesaurus in the upper left-hand corner above your search fields. So now you can browse the thesaurus using your original search term to identify the subject descriptor that ERIC uses. And here I can see project-based learning is actually a synonym for 2 subjects in ERIC, active learning and student projects. So let's go ahead and click through on active learning. And when you do that, that's called a term entry. And we'll get more information about this term. So here the active learning descriptor provides us information in terms of the scope notes, which is how ERIC describes the term according to its subject matter. You'll also get, often it'll be accompanied with broader terms, which are going to be less precise, like learning, and usually narrower terms also, which will be more precise. We don't have any here. You'll get related terms, which are terms that may be associated with the subject conveyed by the descriptor. And finally, you'll see a list of synonyms that ERIC has identified for the descriptor. So project-based learning would be used in place, active learning would be used in place of project-based learning and inquiry-based learning. So now we can go about searching on the correct term and refining results until we get a set of articles that matches our information need. So you can add terms by selecting the box next to them and hitting add. And you can add terms to your search with the Boolean and, or not. So you see it came up here, and we'll go ahead and search. So we have 6,900 results, which is quite a few. We can decide now to and any type of other subject with it, which is a great thing about ERIC. If I'm looking here in my subject terms, then I can find a variety of different subjects to add to my search. Maybe I want to know about project-based learning in high schools. I can update it and that'll be automatically added on. And maybe I want to further refine that to science instruction. And now I'm down to a list of pretty manageable 106 articles. If at any time I decide I've narrowed my search or it's not retrieving what I want, I'm going to go ahead and click the X mark underneath my refine results, and it will delete that last thing. So one last tip. If you're not having luck naming ERIC identified synonyms or descriptors, you can browse the thesaurus by letter or a truncated version of a word you assume to be used by ERIC. For example, you could search all terms that start with B by just clicking B and terms begin with to browse, and I'll be at the beginning of the list of Bs. Or maybe I want to see all the descriptors related to math. So I'll put in math with my truncation symbol and select term contains to see all of the descriptor possibilities. There we have it. So speaking of possibilities, I hope this tutorial has made you aware of the numerous possibilities for using ERIC's thesaurus to make your searching more efficient and effective. Don't hesitate to contact me at any time. If you're having trouble searching the databases, I'm here to help. My email is jennifer.demonte@sjsu.edu. Thanks and happy researching.